5:35 left to play in this first quarter. So they're going to spread them out again. Dual receivers to the top and bottom. Quarterback drops back. Has a man in his face, nearly picked off. That'll be a turnover on down, so they get him right back. Atavian Ector was nearly picking that ball off. He just didn't turn around quick enough. He would have had a lot of green grass ahead of him if he wanted to do it. 5:19 left to play in the first quarter. So the Gilmer Buckeyes will get the ball right back. First down and 10. Ball is on the 18-yard line. They got a long way to go, but these Buckeyes have some explosive players that can get the job done. One of them, Trace Haynes, number 12, 2 catches last week for 67 yards and 2 tutties. This one's going to go to the running back, Mr. Horn, but he's going to get tripped up right round behind the line of scrimmage. Jeff Traylor Stadium, one of the more iconic ones here in East Texas, up there with the big ones like Carthage, Kilgore Stadium, J.R.E. Smith, Kilgore Stadium, the Tomato Bowl, obviously. Traylor now over at UTSA, one of the most winningest coaches out here in East Texas. Second down, he hits the quick slant over the middle. There's Solomon. Oh, excuse me, that was Trace Haynes. We just talked about Trace Haynes. 4:36, clock is rolling. We were talking about earlier the banners that hang around these stadiums. The one behind me from 2009, the slogan that year, Code Red. They have a slogan for every year that they put on those state championships. The latest one was 2023. They beat Carthage on the way to the championship. Here's the screen, immediately met by a white jersey. And they're going to quickly get to fourth down here. Not a situation where going for it would be applicable. The punt squad making its way onto the field right now. .340 to go in this. So here's the punt. Solid punt. Takes him to about the 50. Takes a Gilmer hop, and it's going to roll just beyond the G. Ball will be fielded around the 43-yard line. So solid punt for the Buckeyes to give the Hawks about as rough as field position as they possibly could. One of the big men on these lines for the Gilmer Buckeyes, Ismail Kamara. He's been all the talk of basically everybody this Gilmer season, outside of maybe the rougher season that they're having. They have been the big tail of the tape. That kid came in from France, never played football before. He's learning the game as the season progresses. He's picked up 32 offers from basically wherever he wanted. And we might get a penalty on this one. Everyone was moving. Gilmer thinks it's on the Hawks. The referees look like they agree as well. So we'll move back 5 yards. 3:11 to play. Going back to Kamara, he can basically go wherever he wants. I was talking to Coach Metzel about it, and he said how much of a joy it's been having him around the program, on the program. He's been such a positive player for this team. He's kind of turned into a leader in his short amount of time with the program. So we first down and 15. The snap, quarterback looking downfield, has a man over the middle but couldn't quite haul it in. Pass is incomplete. And we're going to have to take a short break to address some technical issues here for 1 second. Excuse us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back to the CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. We apologize for the technical difficulties we were experiencing here in that first quarter. We take it to the second quarter where things are getting a little interesting. Gilmer was driving down the field. They just flipped possessions here, so Pleasant Grove does have the ball. Actually, excuse me. Gilmer still holding on to the ball as Zay Taylor drops that one in the attempt to throw. So that'll set him way back to fourth down and very far. Gilmer struggling to find their rhythm on offense against these Pleasant Grove Hawks. These top-of-the-line Pleasant Grove Hawks. Well, it's been a tough go for these Gilmer Buckeyes throughout this year. They're third in the district right now. They've just won 2 games this year. Their opener against Pine Tree, and then they beat Pittsburgh in their opening up field or district play, as this is one of the best punts you could possibly ask for. This one looks like it's going to go all the way down to the 1-inch yard line. Oh, it looks like it did cross the goal line, so will be a touchback for the Hawks, giving them a little bit better field position. .10:34 to play in this second quarter. Ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line, and the Pleasant Grove Hawks will go back to work. Pleasant Grove's been cruising a lot easier in this year. They kicked off the year with a win to Atlanta. They only gave up 2 points in that ball game. In fact, they've only given up 7 points or more than 7 points once this year. And that went to Sunnyvale a few weeks ago. As this one's going to get kicked off early. Running back just going to run through his man, eventually get wrapped up right after picking up about 5. These Hawks coming off of a game where they absolutely blanked Spring Hill 63-0. Before that, they beat North Lamar 77-7. Sunnyvale is the only team that's kind of given them any kind of tough look except for those Kilgore Bulldogs. The Kilgore Bulldogs are the lone team that was able to take down these Pleasant Grove Hawks. And they beat them in Pleasant Grove. Kilgore won that game 18-6, 2nd down and 5. Quarterback wants his man deep. He's got him some separation. Flags have been flying all day long. We didn't see one there, even though the receiver really wanted one badly. Both these teams very familiar with each other. They played each other last year. Pleasant Grove won that one as well. Some boos coming from the Pleasant Grove side that they wanted the flag there. 9:36 to play in the second quarter. We'll have a 3rd down and 5. They're going to hand it off. It's been effective for them all night except for that one. Black shirts surrounding the running back, and they push him back enough for 4th down. He maybe got a yard. It is always a privilege to see these Texarkana teams in any kind of sport possible. Pleasant Grove and Liberty Ilo both had solid baseball teams last year. Liberty Ilo, in fact, went to the state playoffs. Or they went to the state finals, in Round Rock. They will punt for the first time tonight. This one not as solid. It'll drop down just beyond the 40-yard line. It'll get fielded around the 36. So Gilmer, get back to work here. Looking to make something happen. They've tried to force a lot of throws tonight. Zay Taylor had his eyes downfield a lot. He's got the receivers for the explosive kind of plays. Just haven't been able to connect tonight. He's thrown to a lot of double coverage.
volleyball matchup for the Lady Buckeyes. Not only is it senior night, with a win tomorrow.
It is senior night here for the Gilmer Buckeyes. It's also a pink out night. 8:57 left to go in the first quarter, or this first half. Taylor drops back. He wants that deep ball again. Nobody throws him prettier than he does. Throws it into double coverage. Is that caught? It was! Trace Haynes coming down with a huge grab, and that's a massive pickup. Gilmer Buckeyes are within striking distance now. 8:47 left to go in the half. Ball's on the 18-yard line. Gilmer's knocking on the door, looking to even this one up. They have a first down. What a snag there. So now Taylor goes back to work. He wants his man in the corner of the end zone. Gets one hand on it. Not enough to bring it in. He wanted Solomon Jackson. Jackson, one of his favorite receivers, been seeing him a lot all year long. When we talk about Gilmer games, we talk about highlights we go through on Friday night. It's that Taylor connection to Solomon that we always seem to bring up. Solomon's a senior, 5'10", 175. We'll see him a lot on this offense throughout the evening. Second down and 10, ball still on the 18-yard line. Taylor goes back to his sideline just to reconfigure with his coach what he wants here. Two receivers spread out to the bottom of the screen, one to the top. Taylor lining up with number 21, Aiden Thomas. Thomas gets the ball, looks to go outside, but he is met hard. Dragged down before he could get beyond the line of scrimmage. The clock will continue to run, failed to get out of bounds there. Pleasant Grove still leads this one 7-0, but the way we've seen that offense hum this year, that's a win for these Gilmer Buckeyes. They've managed to get him off the field twice now, once on a turnover after stopping him on fourth down, and once via punt that we saw in that last drive. Third down and 10. Eagles or Hawks spread out. They know he's going to pass. Jade Taylor shakes two men, manages to find his way. He won't go down before getting pushed up. Now here comes his crowd for that final push. Did he make it through the end zone? It looks like he did not, but he did get enough for the first down. The Buckeyes get a fresh set of downs right on the doorstep of the end zone here. $7:20 to go. First down and goal. They're going to hand it off, but whistles come in before they could get the play off. They're going to call timeout here. Pleasant Grove takes a timeout, and so will we. We'll be right back right after this timeout here on CBS 19.
Sharing good news and especially the success of our athletes and other members of Gilmer High School. We've got a good one to announce. Next week, the Gilmer High School band will make the trip to Baylor University to compete in the URL State Military Marching Contest. Just in case you haven't heard, they got all ones from every judge this past week at Region Contest. The band is scheduled to perform in the prelims at Baylor on Wednesday afternoon. And we hope to once again have our spot back in the finals that evening. Good luck at State. Buckeye Band.
All right, welcome back to the CBS 19 stream game of the week. First down and goal for the Gilmer Buckeyes, who are sitting on the 2-yard line. Zade Taylor out of the shotgun. Two receivers to the top of his screen, but he's going to hand this one off. Did he get it in? Looks like they did push it into the end zone. Gilmer Buckeyes on the board for the first time tonight. Taven Horn Gets some in there for 6. Now the score currently 6-7. Buckeyes respond to the very first drive from Pleasant Grove today. Here comes the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So we are all tied up here at Jeff Traylor Stadium. That drive made to happen after Zay Taylor found Solomon Jackson, or Trace Haynes, way down on the deep pass there. When I talked to Alan Metzel, who takes a lot of pride in his quarterbacks and their ability to pass the ball because Gilmer hosts a passing academy over the summer. It's something they've done for decades now. They're known for it. People from all over East Texas and beyond come down to train here at Jeff Traylor Stadium in the heat. They'll bring their favorite wide receivers and come have a few hours spent passing around with some of the best in East Texas. But when I talked to Coach Metzel about this man, Zade Taylor, who's coming in a quarterback for the very first time this year, he said this kid is something special. He's got an absolute cannon on him. And if you look at his highlights throughout the year, he definitely does. He's also a major leader on this team. When the Gilmer Buckeyes were struggling early on, he took to Twitter and said, hey, fan base, stick with us. I promise we'll turn it around. And a big-time win here tonight would do just that. Short kick here for the Buckeyes. A little bit of a long return, so he comes out onto the Gilmer Buckeyes around 40-yard line, so they'll have pretty good field position. Gilmer putting themselves on their own back heels here. It looks like they're maybe trying to avoid an even bigger return from someone else. So the Hawks will get another fresh set of downs here just beyond the G, or just at the top part of the G, in the middle of the stadium here. There was a big talk for a little bit in the Gilmer community about kind of the spotty attendance a little bit at the Gilmer Buckeyes games after the slow start, but let me tell you, there is no shortage in people here cheering on these Gilmer Buckeyes after a play like that. Corbin Jones swallowing up the running back before he could get going. Little to no gain on that first down attempt. 6:38 to go in the half. Clock continues to wind down. Gilmer, one of the more prideful programs here in East Texas, one of the perennial powerhouses, as is Pleasant Grove, who continuously at the top of their districts. Second down, pass rush, got plenty of time. Floater, he's got an open man right in the middle of the field, right towards the left sideline. He's brought down after a big chunk there. First down and a lot more. So all of a sudden, Pleasant Grove is knocking on the door here. They're within the red zone. It's a nice and cool night here in Gilmer, Texas. Not the first time we've been to Gilmer, Texas. We were at the Union Hill game not too long ago, just a few weeks ago, 6-man ball. Union Hill dominated that one. Pleasant Grove handed it off here. Pyle is pushing forward before it could start moving in the backwards direction, but he'll pick up about 5 or 6 yards there off the first down run. Some confusion here for the defensive set. They managed to just get those guys off the field quick enough for the snap to be passed off to the running back. So another pickup of about 4 there, so they're going to have it down at 3rd and 1. Clock continues to roll. 4:55 left to go in this first half. Little yin and yang action in the uniform matchup tonight. Gilmer wearing their all blacks with the hint of orange in the numbers and jersey. Pleasant Grove going all whites, and Pleasant Grove has a nice little mix of uniforms that they go through. We've seen them in gold helmets. We've seen them in black jerseys with pink numbers in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Empty backfield here for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, and it's a quarterback run. He'll push forward for the first down. So it'll be first and goal for the Hawks. Clawing his way upfield. Colt Yancey making things happen at the quarterback position. Yancey hands it off, and there's a lot of open space. He just puts his head down and runs forward. Pleasant Grove storms back and makes their way into the end zone, and they retake the lead here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. 3:41 left to go in the second quarter. Here's the point after attempt. And that one is good. So it didn't take much time for Pleasant Grove to make their way back ahead in this ball game. It started with that shorter kick and a good return on it. Put him in real good field position for a strong drive, and just a few big-time pass plays later, and Pleasant Grove is back into the end zone. So Gilmer will get another shot at it. Plenty of time here left on the clock. And if they answer quick enough, Pleasant Grove will get a shot at it to respond as well.
The cheerleaders once a cook for businesses that help with providing spirit gear that is thrown into the stands on each of our game nights this year. Thank you to All Pro Construction East Texas.
Gilmer coming towards the end of this season, and I promise y'all it gets a lot easier for them. They got Spring Hill next week, North Lamar the week after that. Spring Hill coming off of a game against, well, the guys on the field right now, Pleasant Grove, where it did not go in their direction. For Pleasant Grove, things get just harder after this. Pittsburgh, Van after that to close out their season and before they make their way into the playoffs. Those 3-4 teams are just about as much as it gets, as the kick here is bobbled for getting brought back just beyond the 20-yard line. Pleasant Grove going through a bit of a gauntlet in those last 3 games of the season. Gilmer, Van, and then Pittsburgh, not exactly in that order that I just read off there. So it'll be first down for the Buckeyes. Taylor drops back, wants to pass. Tight coverage there for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, and he's going to force it. It's going to get intercepted. Tough throw to make there. Hawks were all dropping back. There was a lot of white shirts in that secondary, and that pass is going to be quickly picked off right around the 40-yard line. So Pleasant Grove gets another shot at life here before the end of the half. Yancey hits his man quickly on the quick little comebacker, and he's got plenty of room to run ahead. This guy's dancing over the middle of the field before getting shoved out of bounds. Camden Harris just frolicking over the middle of the field. So after the big-time rip-off of yardage there, Yancey makes his way back onto the field after getting the play. Camden Harris at the bottom of your screen there, lined up on the outside. No backs in the backfield. Yancey takes it off himself. Every time we've seen no running back there, we've seen Yancey go ahead and put his head down, pick up a large chunkage. It'll be second down and about one. So 2:30 left to go in this first half of play here. Gilmer needing a big-time stop. Yancey, empty backfield again. Fakes the run, hits his man in the screen. Will be enough for a first down before getting stopped and shoved out of bounds. That pass to Nick Bells. We're going to have to take an early halftime here for you. Experiences some battery issues, to be completely clear with you guys, and enjoying it. We were going to have to pick this one after halftime. I apologize for that here on CBS 19. We'll get right towards the 2-minute mark here. This will be our last play. Yancey drops back, looks over the middle. He has one-on-one coverage there, and it's going to be brought in. And let me tell you, he let him know it. That's Spencer Browning hauling in the reception there. And hey, at least he didn't miss a touchdown. Pleasant Grove storming back after the interception, make something of it. Got to capitalize on your turnovers. Pleasant Grove making it happen. Here, we'll join you here for the second half of this ball game on CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. We'll see you in a few.
Well, as we said, we love to shine our spotlight wide and recognize any of our success at Gilmer High School. And how about another great one? Sophomore Alonzo Dominguez finished in the top 10 by placing 8th in the UIL Region 2 cross-country meet this week. That makes her a state qualifier, and we'll be going to compete in Round Rock on Saturday, November 1st. Her race is at 8:45. We are proud of you, Alondra. here for our second half. We have a while supplies last offer for both of our concession stands. All hamburgers, hot dogs, and chicken tenders, only those 3 items. Hamburgers, hot dogs, and chicken tenders are half price until they sell out. Second half. Solomon again on the kickoff.
Hello and welcome back to the CBS 19 stream game of the week. The Gilmer Buckeyes taking on the Pleasant Grove Eagles here at Jeff Traylor Stadium in Gilmer, Texas. Good old Gilmer, Texas, where it's a little bit chilly out right now. We're coming out of halftime here. Welcome back. Pleasant Grove currently leading the Buckeyes 28-7 in a game that's been all Pleasant Grove in terms of offense. Zade Taylor and the Gilmer defense, or Gilmer offense, has made a few issues tonight, a few turnovers. They're going to go ahead and kick this one off by running the ball for a solid 5 or 6 yards right up the middle of the field. Zade had a very up and down first quarter, or first half of this ball game. Hit a few real deep passes, also threw a few risky balls that ended up getting turnovers or close to it. Taylor, heavy pressure early, trying to escape up the pocket, drops the ball, comes out. We might have another turnover on our hands. Pleasant Grove says they got it. Pleasant Grove ends up coming away with it, so a quick turnover right off the bat here to open up the second half of this ball game. And a key possession for the Gilmer Buckeyes, who really needed a score there.
Come on, Buckeyes, shake it out! Yo, come on, press the ball!
So flipping the field early for him. Pleasant Grove will go back to work early. That offense was effective and fast, especially with the action of running back and wide receivers. They basically did whatever they want, just outpacing that Gilmer secondary early on. Takes the snap. Yancey looking downfield, looking for his man. He connects. That 16 to 18 connection's been hidden all night long for Pleasant Grove. Camden Harris has been everywhere. To be 1st and 10, Pleasant Grove looking to add on another score to this one. They currently already lead it 7-28. So it'll be 1st down and 10, 1st down and goal. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Landon Fisher a little bit in motion. Yancey just a little bit high to the receiver. So we'll have 2nd down and 10. Be 2nd down and 10 on the goal. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Gilmer looking to stop the run. 44 on the running back early. That's Davian King with the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. Quarterback drops back, takes the floater. A lot of contact, but this one is thrown just out of bounds there. So we will not see a flag. We'll see 4th down instead. We'll see what Pleasant Grove does here. They haven't brought that kicker out for a field goal all night. They're going to need a shot in the end zone here. So the offense will stay on the field. They'll take a shot here. Jeff Traylor Stadium getting a little energized. Jet motion. Wants another floater. He wants his man. A lot of contact, but no flags thrown. That will be another turnover on downs. Gilmer gets a break here early after having a turnover of their own. So the Gilmer defense holds. They'll pick it up from the 10. Zade Taylor back under center. Or back in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Hands this one off right away. Big time gap there for number 6, Tavian Horn. Rips off a big chunk there, though. Pick it up. Be about 2nd and 4. 2nd and 5. Gilmer moving quickly here. Already lined up and ready to go. They're going to go right back to the running back. Gets right about the same amount of yards. So there'll be enough for the 1st down there. Picks up about 6 or 7. Gilmer looking to maybe pick up the tempo here on offense. The Buckeyes tossed it downfield a lot, and there was a lot of hawks hawking around there in the secondary. Started picking up on that consistent one-sided offense there for the Buckeyes and ended up hurting them quite a bit. Here's Zay Taylor looking for his man who couldn't look behind him. He wanted Solomon Jackson, who just didn't turn his head quick enough. Throwing a little bit behind him, but can't catch it if you don't look at it. We'll have 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Large up front. That's the calling card of the Gilmer Buckeyes offensive line. They got quite the guys up there. Kamar, this ball handed off right up the middle. They've been picking up 5 to 6 yards per carry every time they give it off to Horn up the middle. That's the 3rd time this drive that they've done it. But as I was saying, that offensive line headed by 4-star offensive lineman Ismail Kamara, who posted a graphic featuring him along with the other Texas A&M Aggies that are from East Texas. A few of them still playing, like Big Juice Johnson over at Tyler Legacy and KJ Edwards down at Carthage. He might be the next one headed to Aggie Land as Taylor wants downfield, scrambles in the pocket, a lot of open grass ahead of him. He's going to go ahead and rip off a chunk himself, go out just beyond the 40-yard line. So here come the Buckeyes, looking a little alive after the first drive stumbles and they turn them over. That one gets out by the 41. The 1st down for the Buckeyes.
Keep it going, Buckeyes!
Taylor picking up his sign from the sidelines right after the big-time run. No safeties in the backfield for the Hawks. Taylor drops back, looking for his man. He's motioning before tucking it and carrying it up. It's not going to get much. And the crowd is not happy. Jalen Foster was just throwing hands with the football, trying to punch it out. He rattled off a few 1-2s. It is a football, not a heavy bag. Won't see any flags come out. So 2nd down and 9 for the Buckeyes. Gilmer really not happy with that last play ended. Nobody deep again for the Hawks. They're going to go with the quick out route to Solomon Jackson. Not going to get a ton there. Maybe pick up about another 3 or 4. Oh! Well, you know, depth perception is an odd thing. They pick up about 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Or 3rd down and 2. 6:33 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Buckeyes needing a score here quickly. They're going to run it up the middle. There's Horn again, consistently ripping off a good chunk of yards. Looks like that'll be enough for the chains to move. Horn advancing to give the Buckeyes another fresh set of downs again. They might have found something here in this defense. They can just run it up the middle with this effectiveness. Expect them to do it a lot more tonight. Taylor takes the snap out of the gun. One man breaking through that offensive line. Taylor's going to go ahead and tuck it himself. He charges upfield, goes out just beyond the 35. That's the 2nd time we've seen him do it this drive. Wind picking up a little bit here at Buckeye Stadium. Excuse me, Jeff Traylor Stadium. No disrespect to the legendary coach. They're going to go ahead and hand this one off up the middle. This time, not as effective. It was effective the first 4 or 5 times. Not a ton of the gain here for Taven Horn. Horn's been a key part of that Gilmer Buckeye offense. And when you got an offensive line like that, it just makes sense that they run the ball so well. This kid's a senior in his final year of, he's a sophomore, 6 feet, 175 pounds. He's got a lot of time left. He's this good as a sophomore. He's going to have a bright future in football ahead of him.
Let's go, Buckeyes!
2nd down and 10. Taylor motions out to his left, designed run, looks to beat one man, spins forward, maybe picks up a yard. So 3rd and long for the Buckeyes. It's officially a gain of 2. 4:36 left to play in the 3rd. You can hear it on the mic. Wind picking up a little bit. Some fronts moving in. That caused this game to move to Thursday. Ball's on the 35-yard line of the Pleasant Grove Eagles. Slide hold up here. 19 to go on the play clock. Ten seconds to go on the play clock. And they're going to go ahead and take a timeout. We charge to Gilmer, and we will take a timeout ourselves. We'll be right back after when play review resumes.
Buckeye Band is enjoying a meal generously provided by the Gardarzi and Young Law Firm. Thank you again, Gardarzi and Young, for your continued support. Also, just in case you have purchased tickets in the Lady Buckeye softball team raffle for the Split the Pot, they will be going live on Facebook tomorrow for your chance to win.
All right, welcome back. It's 3rd and long for the Buckeyes, 3rd and 9. So they're looking to keep this drive alive. Zay Taylor's kept them in it here in this second drive of the Buckeyes, in this second half of play. Largely supported by Zay Taylor's rip-off of a few yards, done it on his feet. This one goes to Horn, who's hit a few times charging upfield. It's going to be close. He didn't quite move the chains, but he made it an easier 4th down, so they cut it about in half. It'll be 4th and 5. Offense staying on the field.
Good job, Horn.
Gilmer really does need a score here if they want to make this one realistic, and they need a score here fast. It's 28-7.
4th and 5.
4th and 5. Come on, Buckeye. Let's get it right here, baby.
4th down and 5. Trips receivers bunched up to the top of the screen. Pressure. Taylor runs out. Hit from the back early on and dragged down, not before he could get past the first down marker. It will be a turnover on downs. Pleasant Grove back in control. Taylor tried to make something happen, just like he did a few times earlier on in that drive, just ran out of time early, kept his eyes downfield, just wasn't much open. These white shirts have been flying everywhere tonight on defense, especially in the secondary. So the Hawks taken back over here. We'll have an early flag. Someone was moving early. But hey, stick around here on CBS 19. We got a lot of games coming at you, especially at 10 p.m. We'll have Center, Brownsboro, Rusk, Athens, Chapel Hill, Pine Tree, Palestine, Kilgore, Pleasant Grove, and Gilmer. That's this one right here. And Carthage at Bullard. Y'all, a lot of these games moved up due to the threat of weather, and I cannot stress this enough, the threat of weather. We don't believe here at CBS 19 that weather will actually really be affecting any of these games. Largely, that's when the storm will come on Saturday morning, not necessarily tonight. Here's the handoff. Right up the middle, didn't go far. The penalty was a false start on the Hawks. That moved them back a little bit, so working their way back to the line of scrimmage. .248 on a clock that continues to melt away here in the third quarter. 2nd and 13, ball's on the 27-yard line. Pleasant Grove leading this one 28-7. Here's the snap. Yancey wants his man downfield. Got some separation right in the bucket. Could not have placed it in a better spot for Spencer Browning to haul that one in, get dragged down right around the 25-yard line. The Hawks working their way into the red zone. Yancey couldn't quite hit his man there on the little out route. Walker Wright, the intended receiver on that play. The Gilmer Buckeyes had an uphill battle all season long. I talked to Coach Metzel about a bit of their struggles earlier on in this year. He said, hey, we had to replace all 11 guys on both sides of the ball. Completely new team almost. Not to mention, they've faced a litany of injuries to their key starters. So their record isn't exactly where they want it to be, no, but to say that this isn't still one of the more talented teams in East Texas would be deceiving. .153 to play in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Gilmer looking to stop them again. Wouldn't be the first time they stopped him inside of the red zone. Yancey hands it off, looking for the hole. He's hit hard once, spins through it before getting dropped beyond the first down marker, so that'll be another fresh set of downs for the Hawks. Clock will continue to roll. If this one continues on, Gilmer would drop to 1-2 in district and drop to 2-6. Just simply something that they're not used to seeing here in Gilmer, Texas. And to be honest, I'd have to do some research. I couldn't tell you the last time they were this deep into this season and had a losing record. Because at this point last year, they had flipped things around. This was their first loss last year in a minute, as that man is swallowed up just beyond. He might have picked up 1 yard. Trey Lee with the tackle there. It does look like everyone's just going to go ahead and wait this one out and flip this one into the fourth quarter, and we will do the same. So we'll see y'all in the last quarter of play here at Jeff Traylor Stadium.
And that's going to be the final play of our third quarter. Pleasant Grove leading 28-7. Students and children need to be seated in the stands for the duration of the football game. Students and children are not allowed to hang out, run around, or gather under the bleachers in the grassy areas or around the concession stand and bathroom areas. Thank you for your help to ensure a safe, fun environment tonight and at every home game for all fans.
Quarter number 4 is upon us, and the Pleasant Grove Hawks are knocking on the 9-yard line. Yancey looking towards the end zone, trying to find an open man. He has one, just throws it a little bit beyond him. He was looking for his man, number 9. Palmer Gibbs, the running back, had him going upfield, just put a little too much gas on it. So it'll bring us to 3rd down and 9. Throughout the game, we heard props to the band. At the halftime, we did see the band, and they deserve all the props they got. That's a good band. 3rd down and 9, ball on the 9. Yancey hands it off to the man he was trying to hit earlier, who's stuffed right at the line, stays on his feet. Palmer Gibbs didn't get anywhere there, ran into a few men, just couldn't make his way around the pile. That'll take us to 4th down and 9. We haven't seen Pleasant Grove come off the field for a field goal all night long, and it looks like the offense is sticking around for it tonight too. It'll be 4th and 7. We've seen the Gilmer defense in several bend but don't break moments like this and come up big like this. They're looking for their 3rd 4th down turnover tonight. Yancey scrambling, looking for a man. He's got one-on-one coverage, tossed it just a little bit too high. I don't see any flags, and it looks like the defense holds. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Buckeyes, who need a score badly. If they want to stay in it and have a chance here late in the ball game, they need one here, and they need it fast. What does Metzel have in his bag of tricks? Ball on the 7-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the guys in black. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. Except he's going to bounce out, find some room upfield. Little counter there. It'll be 1st down for the Buckeyes. It was enough to pick it up. To be 1st down and 10, balls on the 17. Taylor quickly hits the screen, and that screen is swallowed up fast. Kedridge Smith was all over that one. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. It looks like 11. Three receivers spread out. This one's going up the middle to the running back. But there was nobody blocking him. 3 Pleasant Grove Hawks were there to swallow him up right quickly. .9:20 to go in the ball game. Pleasant Grove leading 28-7. Third down and 9. Taylor takes the snap, drops back, wants his man on the out route. Solomon Jackson tightly covered and excellently played. Looks like James Solomon got a hand on it. And there's another Gilmer drive that comes to an end prematurely. So it looks like they will have to punt. Had some success on the punting tonight. Seen some deep drives from the Gilmer punter. Last week we had the announcer jinx taking place for the punter, and we said that he was a great punt, and then had some not great punts. That was all right. 8:41 to go in this ball game, and the Hawks will get another fresh set of downs. Hawks faithful showing up tonight, packing the other side of Jeff Traylor Stadium. So here comes Mr. Quincy. He's just going to go ahead and hand this one straight off. Not able to tackle him on the first contact, and he's got a lot of room ahead of him. He's a quick man, and he's going to make his way into the end zone past the pylon. Nick Bells ringing him from deep. There's another score for Pleasant Grove, who's piling on to this one. Don't let him get some speed behind him, because you won't catch him. So Pleasant Grove making this one tough, and looks like Gilmer blocked that punt. They did, or they blocked that extra point, so it'll be 34-7. You know, oddly enough, I have seen them work that several times in practice. They've practiced blocking that extra point. So the score will get a little bit more interesting here for the night. Gilmer's still down by a lot. As I said, though, we were just kicking off our coverage of Under the Lights football here. Of all the games that still are to be had and played on Friday, we will be getting, including our game of the week, Mount Enterprise taking on Lovelady. Guys, that is one you do not want to miss. That is going to be a heck of a ball game. Mount Enterprise, Kagan Ash, he runs basically as far as he wants to run. And he's got the best defense in front of him that he's seen all season long. That Lovelady defense is no joke. That's why they're 7-0. Mount Enterprise also 7-0. We could talk about that one for a while now, because that is one that I am dying to see. It's going to take place in Mount Enterprise. It got moved up. It didn't get moved to Thursday, but it did get moved up to 6 p.m. We will have our Iona aired down there for all of the action. Our site game was going to be this one, but given how the chips fell, we will be headed to Brook Hill High School for their game. We're very excited for that one as well. They got a beautiful stadium down there in Bullard. 8:20 to go in this one. Pleasant Grove leading 34-7. Here's Zade Taylor. Wants it deep. Dodges one man, tosses it out to the running back in the flat. He's trying to make something happen, just didn't have much room to head upfield. Taven Horn hasn't had a ton to work with in the passing game tonight, but he's been really effective in the running game. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. They lost 2 in that drive, or that play. Looks like we will have a timeout called. Some frustration on the offensive line of the Gilmer Buckeyes. We'll take a short break ourselves. We'll be back when play resumes.
Transportation Department is always looking out for excellent bus drivers and bus drivers.
All right, play has resumed here at Jeff Traylor Stadium. Buckeyes looking to get back into the scoring column for the first time since the first quarter. This one's going off the horn. Looks to find some holes. Does upfield before running into a big 1-1. Jaden Scales, senior, managed to push us forward. It'll be a close to the first down, make for a 3rd and short. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Buckeyes, who essentially are in 4-down territory the entire night. Taylor wants his man on the out route. Looks like he found Trace Haynes for a small pickup. It'll be enough for the 1st down. Haynes has made some of the bigger plays on the offensive side in the terms of just catching the ball and running upfield.
Come on,
7:12 to play in the ball game. Ball's now on Gilmer's own 31. 1st down and 10. Taylor hits his back horn, couldn't quite haul it in. Hit him in the hands, just bobbled it. Wasn't able to recover, so 6:59, clock will stop. And Pleasant Grove's band is having a great time over there. A lot of practice schedules getting switched around quickly. Normally Thursday is walkthrough day. Had to do that a day early, which means a day less of preparation. So some of these games are looking a little bit interesting, just in terms of how these guys are recovering and prepped up for these ball games. Horn up the middle again. Another solid pickup for the running back. He picks up about 7. It'll make for 3rd down and 3. .6:30 to play in the 4th. Taylor claps, hands it off. Horn through 1 tackle, through 2 tackles, nearly through a 3rd, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. Taylor's been a bright spot for this Buckeye offense tonight, who could really be using one in this second half. Not a ton outside of him showing for the Buckeyes this last 24 minutes of play. .55 to play. Clock still running. Taylor back to Horn. No rest for the big man. Charges forward. Picks up about 4 or 5. Looks like he'll get about halfway there. 2nd down and 5. Horn coming off the field for a short little break there. He's been carrying that rock all night long. Stepping in for him, looks like Atavian Ector. Taylor's going to drop back, work through some early pressure. Works great in the pocket. Looks to point for Solomon, but couldn't quite get him to turn around in time. Just took what he had with took what the defense gave him. Took about 3-4 yards upfield. Excuse me, 1 yard. Well, it's 3rd down and 6. We do have an injury timeout. Looks like one Buckeye is cramping. And all of a sudden, this Jeff Traylor Stadium came dead silent. Buckeye is able to walk himself off the field. Well, things are going to get easier here for Gilmer, facing Spring Hill next week. North Lamar the week after that.
Whether you're here tonight from Pleasant Grove or from Gilmer, if you are battling cancer, this is just an excellent time to remind you that we are with you, and that is why we are honored tonight to announce this total. Thank you for your giving. We have raised this evening in our Peak Out fundraiser.
The 3rd down and 4 for the Buckeyes. 5:06 to play. Gilmer looking to get their way into the end zone for the first time since the first quarter.
Let's go to work, Buckeyes!
This one's back to Horn, who's back in the ball game. He'll pick up about 2 or 3. It'll be 4th down and 1. Clock continues to roll on. This is a big one. Pleasant Grove already has some guys down. They're ready to go here. Zaid out of the shotgun. Going to Horn. Horn hit early, falls forward. Looks like enough for the first. And it is. So the Chains will advance, pick up the first down. Drive continues to stay alive. Horn coming out of the ball game. Not seeing a replacement come in for him. In the backfield right now with Taylor's number 42, Taj Bush, 5'7", 210. Oh, I wanted to see him hand it off to him. Taylor wants his man downfield. He's going to go ahead and settle for the flat screen. That's Keesman Johnson getting hit early. No advancement there for the Buckeyes. Rashad Bachman came off the field there. Bush still out there as running back. He gets the carry this time. Jukes around one man. Takes about 4 people to bring him down, but they do. Pleasant Grove band hitting the I Believe chant. They're up 34-7 with 2:52 left to go in this ball game. Third and long, 3rd and 10 for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Haven't seen a lot of downfield passes from Zaid Taylor this second half. Taylor looking for it. Points to his man. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Ball comes out after he was down. They will call it a dead ball. He was looking towards Trace Haynes. Hasn't been able to get on the same page with him in this second half as well as he did in the first half. Offense will stay out on the field. Don't have a ton of options outside of it. Be 4th and 16. Gilmer taking a timeout. 1:58 left to play in the ball game. We've adjusted the clock to make 2 minutes. A 2-minute break here, not a timeout, my bad.
Just a reminder, make sure you show up and show up loud. 4:30 tomorrow here in Gilmer. District title on the line for our Lady Buckeye volleyball team. Be Carthage.
Play resumes here in Gilmer, Texas. Big time 4th down here. Could be Gilmer's last hope for a score before the end of this ball game. 4th down and 16 for the boys in black. Taylor takes the snap, pressure early, gets hit fast. And that's just about how this entire game has gone. Kai Ringwood all over Taylor on that one. And it'll be a turnover on downs. First down and 10 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. 1:55 to play in this ball game. Looks like the Hawks will run a few plays. Colt Yancey pitches it out to Javian Butler, turns upfield. He's got a ton of room ahead of him. Nobody ahead of him. He's going to run that one in for another score as it's starting to get run up on the scoreboard here, 40-7. No mercy for the district rivals. And the extra point is good this time. The last one was blocked. And he'll kick one just about to the arch that reads Pride on it. 41-7 is the score right now. Well, the band sounds great for Gilmer. Unfortunately, that's just about it tonight. The Buckeyes offense has been held to just 7 points. A lot of drives starting strong and just kind of fizzling out. The first half, they took a lot more shots, a lot more risks. Problem is they just didn't pay off a lot more. A few passes that maybe should not have been thrown. And it ends up showing on the scoreboard here. The Pleasant Grove Hawks looking like they're going to keep on keeping on. That district perfect record stays perfect after tonight in the game that was rescheduled, the rescheduled Rumble here in Gilmer, Texas. Looks like it will fall in favor of the Hawks. Looks like Gilmer will get one more shot here on offense. And it does also look like maybe the second team's going to start getting some work in right now. So now under center for the Buckeyes, Carter Johnson. Johnston, there's a T in there. See the young man go to work, or the senior go to work. He hands it straight off up the middle. Good pickup of yardage there. .130 to play. Clock continues to roll. Second down and 3 for the Buckeyes. Johnston hands it off again. Big time gap. That's Samuel Sutton Williams, senior running back. Turning upfield, ripping off a good chunk there. Clock will continue to roll. We'll just have a few more plays left to go in this ball game. Johnston hands it off another time. This one not going anywhere.
But number 61, Jamie Key.
And it looks like that very well could have been the last play of this ball game. So Pleasant Grove walking in to Gilmer and beating up on the Buckeyes. 41-7, they take it. Gilmer falls to 2-6, 1-2 in district play. Pleasant Grove advances. They will be 7-1 after this rescheduled rumble at Jeff Traylor Stadium on a chilly night here at Gilmer, Texas. I've been Jimmy Searfoss, just kicking us off on CBS 19's coverage of football all over Texas. It's a little bit of a mix-up this week. All these games getting shoved up. Make sure you tune in to CBS 19 tonight at 10 for updates all over the East Texas state. We got games all over the place that got rescheduled from Friday to tonight. We will also have our game coverage tomorrow night featuring our site game. We'll be at Brook Hill, our game of the week at Mount Enterprise as they take on the Love Lady Lions, But that'll be it for us here tonight on CBS 19's Stream Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. Pleasant Grove taking this one 41-7.